Checking, and yeah, done. Okay, good day everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me again, Gabriel, your security engineer, and today we are doing something totally different. This is one of the projects we should have as a cybersecurity analyst. So if you're a cybersecurity analyst or probably a security engineer, take onto this project, write it out, follow up, document, put it on your GitHub, on your CV, and it will actually serve as a good portfolio for you. Now, this video I'm making is in partnership with Any.Run. Yes, Any.Run has partnered with Offshoot Security, which happens to be my startup, and we provide security solutions to other brands and startup and other organizations, and helping them enforce their security infrastructure and all like that. Yes. Okay. So for this project, we'll be using three different main categories, which are Any.Run, the MITRE ATT&CK framework, and MalwareBazaar. Yeah, MalwareBazaar. So if you don't know what MalwareBazaar is, we can just read it up from here. So MalwareBazaar is a platform from abuse.ch and spam house. Now this abuse.ch and spam house is actually another form of way and place where you can check up for IPs and all. Let's check this abuse.sh out so you can know what it actually means. Sound of it talking from my head, yeah. Let's look at it together. All right, so abuse.sh, you can see, making internet a safer place. So they fight malware and botnets. Now, I think they gather intelligence. Yes, this way you can follow up for malware intelligence and online news feed. So this is a news feed for malwares and botnets. Yes, it is. Yeah, exactly. This is a cyber threat intelligence platform where you get to gather intelligence on threats, malwares, and all like that. And you can follow them up on Twitter, on LinkedIn, abuse.sh, and all. All right. That aside, okay. So this is what MalwareBazaar is. Now what I'm going to be doing is we'll be downloading a malware from MalwareBazaar and use Any.Run to analyze it, draw out a conclusion, and also check for some tactics they use into getting into whatever thing we find on the malware we're analyzing, and we check it up here. Now this is a MITRE framework, and this is a global accessible knowledge base of adversary tactics and techniques that tactical technique based on real-world observation. So the attack knowledge base is used as a foundation for development of specific threat models and methodologies in the private sector, government, and in cybersecurity products and service community. So in other words, this is where you actually get to check how attackers tend to exploit some certain vulnerabilities and all like that. So let's take, for example, let's check let's say, okay, let's check for reconnaissance and see how it's being used. So reconnaissance, we're checking the reconnaissance tactic ta. They all have their own ID, and this is the ID for this reconnaissance, TA0043, created 20th of October 2020. Last modified was last year, April 25. So this is one of the tactics of attackers, reconnaissance, and now it's telling you what they do with the reconnaissance and how they tend to use it to gather information on whatever they're doing and what they actually do, and you can see how much it is. So this is where you can come up to look up at some threats, some kind of attacks, and see how adversaries, how they actually get to do this thing. So you can actually have an understanding on how to do it, and you can gather up from there. You can know how to remediate or mitigate some of these actions. So without wasting much of our time, let's check the MalwareBazaar database. Now note, don't open this link on your system. It is very, very dangerous. I would prefer you use it on your home lab because it's actually a real malware that shouldn't be exploited on your PC. Now don't even try that. Don't try it on your local computer. Make sure you're running it inside a VM or so. Now, okay, so that's everything that you can see in the example image. All right, I saw a fish, a dog. Can't find a dog. Can't find an hamburger. Is this an hamburger? Yeah. Oh god, I don't really like these things, but let's go on with it. Let's get on with it. All right. Yeah, I got in. Okay, submission past 24 hours. 491 malwares has been submitted into the database of MalwareBazaar. Now this is dangerous. Now this is for educational purpose only, and this is used to practice and form project. You get me? Don't ever try to run this or unzip it in your local computer. It will bring in a huge damage for you there. Now let's pick any malware of our choice. We can actually pick any malware of our choice. Here we have the agent Tesla. Sorry about that. We have the phone book agent Tesla ConnectWise. I mean, this should be the, okay. The signature, the type. Okay, this is an executable file. This is zip HTML. This should be a PowerShell. Okay, okay. Now we can even see the reporter, and we can download the sample from here. Wow, this is 2026, 2026, third. That this month. Today, wow. Today, this 1818. These are the examples of malware that has been uploaded into the database today. So you can see this malware is actually is constantly updated to bring in the latest malware to us to analyze, so we won't fall victim for any of this. Okay, now let's just go for the first one. Let's download it. Hopefully it's not too much. You see, here you even have a caution. It says you're about to download a malware sample. By clicking the download, you declare that you have understood what you are doing and that MalwareBazaar cannot be held accountable for any damage caused by downloading this malware sample. Zip password infected. So let's say I want to unzip it in my local computer, in which I am not going to. I just use this zip password to open it. Now, there's a reason why they even put password there. So you won't this shouldn't be open on your local computer. You are going to get rid of yourself if you do that. This is just to download and then upload on Any.Run, and immediately you do that, I will advise you delete it from your system immediately. So now let's download this. Let's download this malware. So fast, I guess. Oh, 72 kilobytes. Wow. A typical malware size. So what are we going to do now from here? Okay, now I've downloaded it. Let's come here. This is Any.Run. Refresh. I have to refresh always. So now in this Any.Run is this is a platform where you get to perform various malware analysis to check on how they operate, to check on there are a lot of things on this Any.Run. They have the threat intelligence news feed, they have the report, the history of things you've probably done, and this is how we can get to this. So let's start from here. Now we can upload a file, an email, or we can submit a URL you want to analyze. So since I downloaded a file, so I'll go for the file and then we take it up. Now this is it. Do not open this in your system. Now I am going to be uploading this now, and yeah, let's see how it ends up, and we'll run our analysis and all. Okay, now we have deep analysis, safe browsing. Okay, we're not browsing anything. That's for URL. Now this is going to give us a safe analysis duration 60 seconds. That is like a minute to actually run through all. You can change extension. Sorry about that. Type or copy URL, drag or drop file here. I guess I've uploaded it though. Well, I guess not. Okay. Click to upgrade. Okay, this upgraded something. So let's upload our file here again. Okay, now we have it here. So temporary directory, start object from a temporary directory, open in. Now I turn this off. Okay, so actually there's nothing you need to do here. The operating system, all right, operating system, in case it has like it wants to bring the view for you, how it should bring it. 10, 11, I think. Okay, every other thing is upgraded, so 10 is the only one they're giving you until you update it. You see, if I'm sorry, when you upgrade, you actually have various things you can actually get to do if you upgrade this Any.Run. Now this is application. Okay, Mozilla Firefox. All right, I don't need to check in all this. Let's just run a public analysis. Now it's uploading the file and it's going to be running. Now that's a 60-second duration to run all this. Now don't forget, as you are doing all this, you can just take it now and screenshot. This part you take and you screenshot. Now when you screenshot, you can be able to add it to your write-up or your portfolio or your CV or project. Okay, I did this. Sorry, I said CV, your portfolio. I did this, I did this, and this is what I did, this is what I did. Now when you see all this, you'll be able to tell you that, all right, this is how it is. Now this is the malware. This is malware I'm running. It's opening right here now. Okay, let's tend to take a maybe distraction and okay. Whew. All right, since this is not a URL, I guess it is trying to parse it here. It's processes. All right, approved. Trying to check the details. All right, now you can see what I did here. Now that's because this is a file. If it's a URL, it will give it to you directly. So this is what I can find from here now. The directory it is in this computer. Now don't forget, this is a virtual. This is like a virtual lab for running the malware. You get this is a virtual lab for running the malware, and you get to see a lot of things here. You can see the name of the malware. This is the SHA, the SHA weight is IOC. That's indicator of compromise. And let's check it out. Let me try opening. Can I click on it here? Just moving this up and down. What do you say? Move your mouse to view screenshots. Is there any screenshot here? Okay, I guess there is. Don't know why this is doing like this, but okay. But let's leave that. So far, this is what we can find. 20 out of 100 for what? Username admin. Don't really tend to understand all this thing. This is a file. Okay, I guess I should open it before. It doesn't. Okay, probably because it's not it's a zip file, so it's not trying to do it completely. This is a file name. This is the MD5 SH1 SHA256 SHA256. All right, this is like the information on the malware. This information on the malware. You get to select indicator of compromise. That's it. So if you do that, you just leave this side and come here and start checking out about all this information. So main object is this, the SHA file, the HTTPS. Okay. Now there are a lot of URLs in this malware, like a lot of URLs in this malware that can be used but shouldn't be used. These things are actually going to execute in your browser, in your system if you open them. You see what we are finding here now. These are all malware doings. Yeah, these are malwares are built, malwares are developed, and you can see we can also check for the graphical interface to see how it looks like. Now we check for the graph. We check for the graph. Unknown blocks reason. Guess it was because it's because it's just okay, let's get back here. Okay, so I guess the cancel here. Attack. All right. Okay, I forgot to say that Any.Run actually has the MITRE ATT&CK matrix built in into it, so there's no need to even come here to check for something. You can actually see everything you want to find here, and it has danger, warning, and order. I mean, that's in accordance with how dangerous the malware is or whatever you're scanning. So since we don't get to check for this thing properly, I guess we should run another scan, but this time it's going to be a URL. So we would have what we're looking for. So let's try the MalwareBazaar itself, and let me see. Let's see how it will turn out for us. Let's check the MalwareBazaar itself. So new analysis. Well, let's check reports. It actually comes with reports. Okay. All right. I guess we've seen what we're looking for. So let's say you have a file or folder that you upload here. You can actually come here to text reports, and you will get your report. This tools AI summary. You get to summarize what it was found on this in case you don't understand how what has been saying since. It's generating report, but we have another report. There's no enough data to generate a summary. Wow, there's no enough data to generate a summary. Beautiful. But I guess we have it here. Screenshot, nice. This is actually something tangible enough to take on the project. So when you do this, you can actually see and be like, okay, this is the report that has been generated. This is a file name. This is a full analysis. The verdict is a suspicious activity and general behavior. Okay. So this is the file information, MIME, malicious, no malicious indicator, no suspicious indicator. And why do you think we're seeing all this? That's because it's still inside a zipped folder and we haven't unzipped it yet. And I've been unable to actually unzip it in the application itself. So I guess if you have, if you upgrade their platform, you'll be able to have full access to this. Now, aside this malware analysis project, I'll also be showing some things that this Any.Run actually brings in play for you. But first of all, let's run a new analysis on a URL so we can actually get the full usage of this thing. Okay, I guess I have to reload. All right, now I'll come to submit URL and drop this. Click enter. Okay, now I guess you should be able to find something tangible from this. Okay, HTTP request 200. All right, 200. If you have your fundamentals, I mean, you should know all this network thing means. All right, this is the MalwareBazaar. As you can see, is the same here. Now we have it. We have a lot of executable files here. It found a lot. That's 15. Process 15. 16. Still processing. Still processing. Now the HTTP requests we have here are all working. Bad request. Why? All right, this one is not loading. Let's check for network threats. It has identified some network threats. Now this is not suspicious traffic. Process name. This and that. DNS request. Now this is where you can before responded. All right, all this thing is actually looking like something weird right now. But I'll be showing some other advantages of this Any.Run. Now as you can see, we're just running a couple of malwares, and once the time is up, we can generate a report instead of going through the stress of trying to analyze something that most people actually don't understand. But we get to see a lot of things here on the connection, the IP. So let's say you are checking on connection on a URL, you get to see the IP connected to it, the IP that you see. These are a lot of IP addresses, and you can see the country. These are US, I think this is Germany. There's a lot of countries are actually on here that you can use. That you can see, and in the mode at which they are connecting. Now this 443 means they are connecting through the browser because this is HTTPS. This is 137. I have no idea what that is. We have port 80. Probably is running it locally. I don't know. A lot of other ports, probably through CLI also. Now let's check for the graph. Let's see if we'll have a graphical interface for this. We should. Unknown block reason. Wow, same for this one. I guess if you upgrade, you get to have it. Let's check the attack. Is it going to say 02? Okay, yeah, it actually brought it out. Now it was able to follow the attack. Now, like I said, the material attack framework shows you an attack pattern. Now, it only found one tactic, two techniques, and 6 events in which this has already occurred. So let's check for other 6. So it's not even on the danger side. System information discovery. Permission required. Okay, permission required. Does that mean that it doesn't get to open the executable file so that you need a permission, kind of permission to upload? You can see the ID. Now if you copy this ID and we come here and we search for the ID, you'll see we'll get the same results because this is connected. This has been integrated into Any.Run itself. So there's no need of coming here and checking some other things. So system info is a Windows utility. Trying to see something that we can bring in together. System information discovery. System information discovery. You can see they're both the same now. It has been integrated, and we can now see the tactic they use here. If you can't see it here, you should be able to, you can't analyze this one well. Then I suggest we come here and see how it is being done. You can check it here. All right, why is not loading? Oh, why is it skipping? Oh my god, what's this? Right. References. We have references though. Enterprise name. Let's check it out. We're going back into it. Okay, so the system information discovery is an adversary. An adversary may attempt to get adversary. That's like an attacker is get. So attempt to get detailed information about the operating system and hardware, including version, patches, hotfix, service packs, and architecture. Adversaries may use this information to shape follow-up behaviors, including whether or non-adversary. So tools such as system info, blah 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 blah. So that means this malware actually, when it gets into your system, it shows everything about your operating system, because this is meant for an operating system, so it's intended for a local machine. Now when you download this, they get to see everything about your system, the patches you've made, the updates you've done. You see, this behavior is distinct from local storage discovery. So this is actually going straight into your system to check out everything analyzable, check everything checkable, and giving them report on. And when they have report on your system, obviously they can get into it any way they like. And this was created 2017. This version 3.0, this was created May 31, 2017, and last modified was last year, October. You can see this is actually a long time threat that has been going on, and this is a way we can see. I guess they should put a way we can actually stop that, something like this, but I don't think there's a way to stop something like this unless you download it. So that's why you should actually check. You should always check where you download any of your things from and who you collect something from. Make sure it's something from a reliable source so you don't, fall in victim's way. Now another thing Any.Run actually does that I would like to show is this. Now, okay, should I tell you how I got here? No, I'm not going to tell you how I got here. You should try to find that yourself here. Okay, now this is top today. Now I'm on a free trial, you can see. Now on this you can actually you can check you tend to check anywhere in the world where attacks has been made, yeah, or attacks has been submitted. So I'll be checking for my country, Nigeria. Yes, I'm from Nigeria. Let's check for my country. Now this is the African map. And for my country here, we have 136 malicious activity, 25 suspicious, and no threat 679. Let's click on it. I clicked on it to see submissions. Those are the submissions that have been made from this very country. Now when we check other countries like Mauritania, nope. Ethiopia, nah. So let's just stop there. Now this is the MITRE ATT&CK framework also here, where you get to see a lot of things. So this Any.Run is actually very packed with a lot of things you can use. You get to see threat intelligence feeds too. Now check the threat intelligence feeds, threat intelligence reports. You see, this is actually a paid something, so you have to pay for it. Threat intelligence reports, Yara rules. Yeah, these are Yara rules. If you know about Yara, good for you. If you don't, go learn about it. It's something you will need, something you have to know about. Okay, intelligence rule set. Well, that's all I will be doing for today's video. I hope you've gained one or two on how to use some of these tools and how to check threats and check tactics and techniques and defenses and how to stop yourself from getting into this threat. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and drop a comment on what kind of video you want me to make next, and don't forget to subscribe.